Hello there, Dana here, the founder of the Energy and Hormonal Rebalance System, which is my 6-month online personalized holistic nutrition coaching program for women who want to systematically and sustainably get rid of chronic fatigue and adrenal burnout and live a life that they love. One of the biggest challenges that my coaching clients have is trying out new foods. It's very interesting. I hear the excuses they give me when I ask them to test out a specific vegetable or a healthy fat. And it's all coming from the same place, usually. There's a fear and confusion. Occasionally, there's an aversion, which is fine. We work around that. But often, it's fear or just plain old confusion. And I totally understand. So they're confused mainly because they don't know how to cook or eat these new foods. I totally get it. I absolutely used to be the same way. I'd read about a vegetable and all its nutritional benefits and think like, man, that sounds delicious. I should have it. But I'd have no idea how to eat it or cook it or prepare it. Or, and this was huge for me, I'd go to the grocery store and feel really stupid looking around for something called an acorn squash or Jerusalem artichoke. Yes, you would find me standing there helplessly in the produce aisle, furiously scrolling through my phone looking for a picture of what this is supposed to look like and trying to compare it to what I saw there. So I definitely understand my client's confusion. I still to this day haven't figured out how to cook with lemongrass. The fear side is usually more associated with anxiety over whether or not they're going to like a food. They've heard bad stories about it, or someone else doesn't like it, or it's got some stigmatism with it. I used to feel that way about spinach watching Popeye. Something about the spinach in the can, like disgusting. So the idea of eating spinach to me for so long was disgusting. So it's completely understandable to have these fears. I remember the same thing when I bought a jicama. I wanted to try this thing, so I bought it. And I was like, what do I do with this waxy brown thing? And am I even going to like it? It's white. Secret? I love them now. It's one of my favorite vegetables in the summer because they're just like crisp and cool. So when my clients are just confused about how to cook or eat a food, I just give them some recipes and my own tips. Plus, truthfully, it's really quite easy to just Google how to cut a fennel bulb, right? Like I said, still can't figure out lemongrass. I'll get there. And I still do this for most things, everything that's new to me. But the fear is a little bit harder. So I usually tell my clients to test out a specific recipe because it's one that my husband specifically and I have found really good. Or another client has tried it and recommends it highly. So that also helps the new clients get their feet wet. I have a secret for when I'm trying out new vegetables on my husband that he has this like weird fear about eating is that I just cut them up super tiny and hide them in dishes until one day I tell him that I've been adding them. And bottom line here is that the more variety you have in your diet, the better off your overall energy and mental clarity is going to be. The more balanced your hormones will become. And with this, you'll feel fewer cravings, a more positive and positive mood, less anxiety. You'll feel more in control around food, less stubborn belly fat, and a healthier skin, hair, and nails. So inflammation is going to drop and your entire body will benefit from the different nutritional values that you're getting from all of this variety of foods. So most people eat the same 15 to 20 foods each week over and over. If you're not sure about this, look at your grocery list for the past 3 or 4 or 5, 6 weeks and just see how many times you buy the same thing. I'm just as guilty. Don't worry. I do remember to do some variety, but I totally do this, especially when I'm feeling just rushed or notice like, oh, nuts, it's time to go grocery shopping. I didn't even prepare. So I have also favorite recipes and meals to tide me through on busy nights. And so I do that to save myself time. So this keeps me making certain things over and over again. I don't have time to make a different recipe for every single meal every single week. So I do my variety rotation more on a weekly basis as opposed to a daily basis. And so, of course, I don't expect you or my clients to do a daily rotational basis either, unless that's your thing. Then can you come cook for me? So the thing is, when we're eating the same 15 to 20 foods over and over again, we miss out on some very important nutrients that are filled with foods that are filled with the nutrients that our hormones specifically really need to get balanced and on track again. And of course, we need balanced hormones to help balance energy production. And sometimes you're missing out on really important detoxification nutrients and enzymes that help rebalance your hormones and clear out energy draining toxins as well. Every single piece of fruit or fresh vegetable has different combinations of nutrients that are designed by nature specifically to fuel your body and the animals that eat them as well. We choose these foods based on what our body innately needs. So skipping out on a bunch of these delicious foods is kind of like filling your car with like a quarter tank of fuel and 3/4 water. It will probably run okay. I don't want to test this, but it will definitely not be optimal. I would guess it probably wouldn't work at all, but that was the closest analogy I could come up with. So the point is, your body needs a variety of nutrients found in whole foods. So please make sure you're doing your part to try some new fruits and vegetables over the next few weeks. And then, of course, for any more nutritional impact and benefits, choose local, seasonal produce whenever you're able to as well. That always has the most nutritional content. All right. See you next time.